What's up, YouTube? This is my first ride on the Indian FTR 1200. So I was just taking it out on a little local trip just to get just some miles in, just so I could do like a first ride review. And this is what it is, so stay tuned. So we got the FTR 1200 and I'm just going through the gears. I'm just trying to see, you know, get a feel for it. I just put on my frame sliders. I got my little bag up front for tools. I got my little backpack in the back. Changed that and put the tidy tail on it. I gotta take this off. This shit hard as hell to get off. I gotta get a drill to get that off. Well, other than that, it's very torquey, and the fact that it's very torquey, we switching gears like every 2 seconds. So all I'm doing is making sure that everything is working properly. Let's hit these twisties. So since I was doing just a little local ride, I decided to do some twisties. There's a little twisty road 5 minutes away from where I live, and this is kind of where I do my practicing at. And the only thing about this road is it's 2 lanes, so you got to kind of be careful, because even though there's no stripes in the road to determine that it's a 2-way street, you kind of just got to know. But this is where I had my first accident at, but yet I still go here to practice, you know, my twisties. I was doing it on a Hayabusa, which is a little different, but now that I got my FTR, I feel like I could do a little better than, you know, trying to do twisties on a Busa. So this is more of a naked bike, and with that, it's pretty cool to have a lighter bike, one, more nimbleness, I guess you could say, versus my Busa. And now I can really do like fun shit on these kind of bikes, because again, it's pretty nimble, pretty light, a higher ground clearance, so I can lean a little more, a little bit. I can also kind of wheelie this thing. It feels like a dirt bike in a way, even though it's a sport naked cruiser, I guess you want to call it, racer. I don't know how you classify this, because even when I YouTubed it, they was like a FTR can be compared to a Harley Davidson Sportster S, or it can be compared to a Yamaha MT-09 or 10 SP. Who knows? So here we go. I mean, it's working. Did a little twisty. Now the rev limiter, is a rev limiter on it. So until I get it tuned and my 600 mile break-in, then it'll unlock everything. Then we can really get hooliganish. But right now, I think I can only go up to about 6,000 RPMs. So I ain't doing too much of nothing really, but this is it right here. Just tested it out, and for the most part, so far so good. It's very short gearing, so like every 3,000 you shifting, and that's how torquey it is. So my whole thing is just trying to keep it down until I get used to it. But we at the beach, and it's time to go. Some more hooligan shit. I don't know how to skid out yet. I ain't doing all that. This is gravel. Not a dirt bike. It feels like very dirt bike-ish. It's like a dirt bike. So let me explain why I got this bike. For people who knew, I did like a bike reveal, right? And I had people guess what they thought I would get, right? And you know, the typical people, you know, a BMW S1K or H2 or a Ducati, you know. But when I revealed it, nobody got it right. And I figured nobody would get it right, because this is like a rare breed type of motorcycle. Most people in the sport bike world wouldn't know about this bike. And actually, I came across it when I was in Cleveland. When I went to the Fastlane D event in Cleveland, it was at a power sports event called Johnny K's, and I walked in and I saw these Indians, and I was like, wait, what? And to me, the next day I was with 650E and we went to Moto America, and I saw these FTR Indians in MotoGP. So I was like, hold up. And I was just kind of like, this kind of fits me because, one, it's rare. You don't see these out on the road like you see, you know, the Kawasaki Z900s or the Yamaha MT-07 9s and 10s. Like, you don't see these on the road. So I was like, one, it's unique. Two, it's enough power for me and my weight, because again, I didn't want to get a smaller bike, even though, yeah, it has the power, but a 1200cc V-twin versus inline 4 900, I mean, it's a little, to me, it's a little different. And this is very torquey, and it has weight to it. So I ain't gonna say I like a heavy bike, but and in those days when it's, you know, windy and stuff like that, you want to be planted to the ground. So I want something that has a little grunt to it, something that has a little weight to it, and I'm, like I said, I'm strong enough to move it around because I'm coming off a Busa, so this is nothing for me. So for me, I was like, I think I should get this. And so I did my research, I did my YouTubes, I did all that, and did comparisons and whatnot. And like I said, I went with it. And shout out to my boy Brian that's up in Cleveland. He had bought an Indian Elite, which is a cruiser, and I rode that. And I was just like, I'm not ready for the cruiser, but this is like an in-between naked bike cruiser. It kind of reminded me of my V-Ride in a way, but yeah, it was just weird. So I just know this FTR definitely get looks because you don't see it on a daily basis. So when I was just doing my little local ride, I had a couple people was just like, wow, that's nice. And I guess the orange pops, so that color wave is kind of like, it kind of stands out. So yeah, I mean, so that was the reason why. And I got a good price on it too. So, and they're not making these no more. So this is more of a rare breed type of motorcycle. The last model is a 25, and this is a 24. So yeah, FTR 1200. So on this first ride, I think I did about 100 miles. So I had to run some errands, so I took it out, and then I ended up taking it to one of my buddy's house because I had to drop off something because he's working on my Busa. So the fact that he lived about an hour and some change away, I was like, you know what? Let me just throw my parts and stuff in my book bag and just take it up there on the motorcycle. So that's what I did. And I took the long way, so I took some back roads, I took a lot of twisty roads, so I didn't follow my GPS basically, and I kind of got lost, which ended up being a good thing because I was just like, I ain't never seen these roads before, and it helps me, you know, get my braking miles. So I got to get 600 miles in before my first service, and because it's, you know, we in September, the weather's kind of, you know, shaky at times, and sometimes it's been raining like crazy. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get my miles in. So today I was just like, let me just take the long way, get as much miles as I can, and I got a good 100 in, so I still got 500 to go. This is brand new, fresh off the showroom floor. So I was just like, yeah, I gotta figure it out. And during the work days, you know, I'm at work, so I can't really get no riding in, and I don't ride to work. You know, I don't know. I just don't. DC is crazy, and I ain't doing that shit. So this is my break-in first ride. Here you go.